It is no accident that each of you are here at this beautiful destination. South Carolina is where Evan and Alexis fell in love, and Charleston holds many of their memories as a couple.
Charleston really wasn't on her radar before she kind of met Evan. So Evan got his job down in Charleston, and then Alexis was still out in Columbia, and she was commuting down consistently to Charleston before that. So
he ended up in Charleston because the Hood law firm that he currently works at, that is the only firm in this state that was dumb enough to hire him.
My inspiration for the bridesmaid dance was definitely just like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, like shaking ass, getting lit, having fun. I'm nervous for the other girls. I'm a dance teacher, so I know that I know the steps, but the other girls are probably going to be a hot mess, so.
You're so beautiful. Are you excited for today?
So I remember when I went over to their apartment for the first time, I had met Megan in middle school and Alexis was there and Jenna, and she chased me out of the apartment and Alexis was, screaming around, trying to figure out what was happening. And she's always been such a stabilizing force, and I love Alexis, and she's just an older sister to all of us, really.
The first that comes to mind was when we were younger and she chased our other sister Megan around the house with a knife over a petty argument.
I'm really glad me and Alexis are here celebrating this day, and we're not in jail together sharing a cell. We're not sharing a grave site. We are here living, thriving, celebrating a wedding. Planning to do that for the next, rest of our lives.
Evan sort of just told us he was taking this chick at the time. I think he used the terminology chick.
The last time I drank with Alexis, she danced on a bar and got super drunk, and we danced on a tractor with old people and scared the shit out of them.
Okay, so if I were to describe Alexis in one word, it would have to be like 2, but she's like a ride or die. So she's just always there for anyone in her life. Once she knows you and you're in her inner circle, you're there for life. And it's 2 words, I cheated.
I have never called him Sobo and never will. I don't know why anyone would.
Oh, it's Sobo. Yeah, I've never met Evan. Yeah. Who is he?
First thing I remember about him, we were on the football field, and I remember a big old fella standing right in front of me. He had these football cleats. Everybody else had regular on football cleats with actual spikes in them, but he had these Under Armour cleats with these rubber soles, and he looked like he was about to bust right out of them. They barely fit around his feet. I wonder who this kid was. Later on, we found out he's probably one of the strongest guys on the field. And then he ended up at San Jose's, my family's restaurant, and we just fed him all these tacos, and he wouldn't leave me alone ever since.
Again, another football memory, but just him being like a 5'10", 300-pound sophomore, going against one of our seniors and just flattening the shit out of him. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to fucking touch this thing.
He is strangely obsessed with his hair. I think when we were in school, we told him about how good it looked, and that got to his head. And ever since then, he's been going on about how good his hair is and better than everybody else's.
Yeah, I mean, he's never come out and said it to me, but I've noticed he's kind of particular about his hair. Like he's kind of got to froof it up a little bit.
Sovo's hair, it's always, you've seen those pictures out there. It's like the spiked tips. He's always just had this good hair. He's always been really proud of it. And I'm just like, man, fuck you. Just because you're blonde, whatever.
You mean he doesn't have any hair? That's what you're saying? Or he's running out of hair very quickly?
I got this.
Mama got it.
Mama's got this.
Yes, perfect.
If I were Alexis, if I'm going to keep this marriage alive, I'm just going to keep him fed. If he's fed, he'll be fine. He's docile, maybe a little sleepy, and you won't really have any issues other than that. When he gets hungry, that's when the problems start, for sure.
Just keep him well fed. He likes his tacos. I know that. Put a little hot sauce on him. I know Alexis don't like hot sauce, but you got to keep some around the house just for him.
Always be you, and always be the beautiful bride that I know you're going to be.
Honestly, I'm going to say that he's so buff and muscular, just like big tough guy, but he freaking loves cats. He's total cat boy, cat lover.
He loves cats. I'm pretty sure he has had a lot in his lifetime, and him and Alexis currently have a cat, Monty, who they love to death.
Yeah, he is strangely obsessed with them cats. He likes dogs too. He lived with me for a year and he didn't mind my dogs in there, but he always told me that I should have gotten the cat. But yeah, his obsession with cats goes way, way back before I met him.
Evan was more excited to meet my cat than he was to meet any of Alexis's friends, including me.
It's uncomfortable for a grown man who's also a heterosexual to be that fond of cats. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, but he is adamant that he is a cat person. So Alexis should be concerned about that.
We're gonna fake it. We're gonna fake it right. Look what she did with the down lower. Right, yeah, a little lower.
Bad marriage advice to the couple would be to not just talk to each other. Like, the number one way through any problem is to be able to communicate. And if you are on the opposite sides of the room, not even in the same room, there's no way to communicate. And don't communicate passive aggressively either. It'd be terrible for the marriage.
I mean, I think if I was going to give a piece of marriage advice, it'd be just keep everything inside. Really don't communicate.
Cheat on your significant other.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh my goodness.
So just the code, Megan.
If she never met Evan, I think she'd still be on the dating grind for sure. She's a hustler, and maybe she would still be somewhere not in Charleston. So I don't think she'd be in Charleston, honestly, if it weren't for Evan. Maybe still in Columbia. Who knows?
Being a boss bitch.
All right, boys. Turn it around.
She'd be fine without him. Remember that, Evan.
If Alexis never met Evan, I'd probably still have a Thursday night downtown drinking buddy.
If I were to give Evan any advice for the night of the wedding, yes, man. I just want him to be a yes man for her. Anything that woman wants, yes, no questions asked. So, I want Alexis to be bossy, and I want Evan to just be that yes man.
Evan, for the honeymoon, make sure you do what Alexis asks you to do, or you're going to have a bad honeymoon.
Perfect. Yes. Oh, yes. Good face. Ooh, I love it.
Listen, the pants situation, it's the wedding I ripped my pants. She jinxed me. I completely blame Dee. But
I love you so much, Alexis and Evan, and I just wish you a lifelong of happiness and joy.
Good luck. Good luck. Yeah.
Alexis, when I first met you, I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed because I just met someone so exhilarating and unique.
You came into my life at exactly the right time when I wasn't ready, but I needed your love the most.
It wasn't long before I knew I loved you. It was December 21st, 2017, when you left me that voicemail. Now, over 5 years later, we've grown together and we've established a life I could only dream of having. I know we were meant to be each other, and I'm excited to go on this journey of life with you, and I know wherever it leads that I'll be home.
Over 5 years we've been together. We've celebrated each other's triumphs and survived some difficult times, all while leaning on and learning from each other. You have been by me through the best and the worst and still have loved all that I am. And that's why I choose you, because marriage is hard and raising a family is hard and bills and jobs, sometimes just getting out of bed is hard. But there is no one else I would choose to do those hard things with but you.
I promise to love you with all of my heart, a little small part for Monty, for the rest of our lives.
Today, I take you as you are, loving who you are now, and waiting to fall more in love with the person you've yet to become.
By the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride.
Alexis, I look forward to being overwhelmingly in love with you forever.
I absolutely think there's going to be a ton of emotions tomorrow. I'm probably going to be crying. I know Laura's going to be crying. So I think emotions will definitely be running high tomorrow.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most is probably the helicopter ride out of here. I just think there's so many ways this can go wrong, and we'll see what happens.
I remember kind of specifically when he met Alexis, he kind of mentioned it to me. He was like, hey, I met this chick on Bumble. We went out to the carnival and we were like, I ate 6,000 calories and she didn't say anything. That's when I knew. That's when I knew she was sticking around.
We would go out, we would flirt with boys, and Alexis would always tell me that she was gonna be single for a really long time. She had just gotten out of this crazy relationship. She's like, I'm single. That is until she met Evan. And there was something different about the way that she showed me his Bumble profile that made me know that she needed to give him a chance. She was a little reluctant at first. She's like, wait, I think I actually might like this guy, so I don't know if I want to date him. I want to be single. You're welcome, Evan. I was like, no, you have to go on this date. You have to go to the fair with him.
Later on, Alexis, I don't know where she been. She disappeared off somewhere. I think she got a little sick from too much sunlight. She was going somewhere. We were having a couple of drinks, me and the boys, and one of our friends asked Sobo, he said, so Sobo, we don't have to remember this girl's name or what? And he looked up and he said, I'm gonna marry her. I said, God dang, man, I'm just meeting this girl and I'm freaked out. Yeah, man, he said that. I said, well, I mean, that's up to you, man. But I knew. I said, look, I've known this man for 15 years. I said every decision he's ever made, everything he's ever wanted to do, he put 100% effort in everything he's ever done for the last 15 years. I said, I knew he was gonna marry this girl.
It has been an honor watching your relationship grow. And we also can't ever forget that day that we were all hanging out at a bar on Lake Murray, and Laura, Alexis's mom, came screaming down the dock, incoherently trying to tell us that Alexis had just gotten engaged.
Alexis has been one of the most important friendships I've ever been blessed with in my entire life. This girl and her family are my family too. Like, literally, the entire family. I really love y'all.
Evan truly is a brother to me. He's one of my best friends. Again, wasn't expecting to meet somebody like that in law school. Love you, man, so much. And you and Alexis are so special to me.
Alexis, seriously, you've been such a consistent and present role model in my life. And I couldn't think of a better compliment for her than Evan. And he has been since the beginning. And I'm confident that he will continue to be until the end. I'll be toasting to our future female granddaughters all night, Alexis.
I've watched Alexis grow into a successful, tenacious, and energetic woman. She's always been all of that, but she really grew into her personality and became who she is now. I can't think of a better match for Alexis. He's cool as a cucumber. She's hot as a pepper. They need each other. I really love the balance between y'all. It's yin and yang. I love it.
So, Alexis, here's to you. I wish you many, many, many years of adventures and happiness. Cheers.